well the Union have played. But we started off here in the missile round. I think the guard will need a strong attack here just to kick it off.
We see that Sage wall from Rafa that's going to be real dangerous as this game goes on. But now the gun battle goes in already for the guard as the two players over towards B. They're just trying to take in some attention here from the Union. They're about to be successful. It's 4 people on this B side.
The last 2 times Guard have ever played Fracture, they've done very heavy approaches to this B side. And that's what Union were anticipating. They walled off Tree and pushed towards Arcade.
Valorant goes up. Pank spraying away, but not able to get anything. This should be finally the safe spike plant, but it has to be safe. Union, a 2-man advantage right now. 2 smokes being utilized. Valen still has a single smoke to use, and he actually pulls it up early. Net bursts in to at least cut down the retake, but Pank comes in, takes down Valen. You still have Tex alongside Net. Tex finally gets taken out by an Aftershock. This was looking impossible from the very beginning here for the guard. And indeed, at the end, there's still a trip right behind him. But again, there's nothing actually detecting if Askia can actually go out. But Trent does call it out. Good eye on Trent, but Goo. The important interaction over towards a dish ends up getting taken down. But this is now a little awkward for the Union. It's only Pank.
And that kill on the B site has spurred Guard over towards here. Again, we're not going to see these crazy fakes like we did yesterday on Haven. It's just a little bit harder to manage these 4 lanes. And so Pank, one of the top site anchors here, has got a lot to deal with.
Oh, and he gets taken down immediately. Too much on his plate. And he spills just a little bit as now the Union, they now face a bit of a difficult task here. Still have quite a bit of util to actually get back into this and actually trying to make a lane early. Over in Gen. There's already a smoke in their face, though.
It'd be hard to crack this defensive setup for the guard in this post plan. It just feels like Union might be looking for exits here.
Has to be, but again, Union, they're still inching forward, trying to see what space they can actually get. NTK finally stepping up into tower. But little did he know, Valen, his steps up the ropes were just a fake for Trent. Jonapede. Union are going to try to get into sight, but this is so safe here from the guard.
You got to be careful here not to give Goo a kill. He's only 1 off the orbital strike, but they will get the spike down for now. Askia on a pretty deep flank. He's avoided the trap wire, but he has been spotted by the cam.
But surely they heard the alarm bot, or excuse me, the boom bot. Net still steps into the interaction, and now it's become quite a difficult scenario. Here comes Trent going through, running into the smoke, actually getting another kill. But he finally goes down. Tex now in a 1v2, 5 HP. There's no way that Net has a chance here, and indeed he doesn't. NTK closes it out. They're making their same approach over towards A now, but Rafa, they don't know about Rafa,
Punish.
A couple of bullets got banged out by the Prowler. Here comes Pank around the corner, getting called out. An Aftershock in his direction, but a Rolling Thunder. This is certainly helping out, but the Aftershock, well done by Jonapede. Calling out the position of Pank. NTK is here. Right after the Rolling Thunder, Goo actually takes one back. This is starting to become a bit possible here for the Union. But that's a perfect isolation off of the orbital strike. It forces NTK to move. And Goo, all on his own in a 1v3. And surely he doesn't have a chance. Hearing this exec into A. Finally, you do finally have NTK coming in from spawn. But this is as the guard are fully into sight. However, 2 players over in Dish can really make things volatile. Here for the guard, there goes a little bit of util to at least take Jonapede out of sight. The 1 cage allows some breathing space, but here comes Pank from up top, taking down Valen. 3 players wrapped up in sight. It's all gonna be on Net. Net is still over towards main at the moment. He's gonna be isolated as Askia cuts things down by 2. Tex does the same!
Are you kidding me?
And it's all Tex, basically 3 kills, all in his own. And now it's Net, who has the trap. He has Pank. He's spraying away.
You have to spray!
Pank holds on to the defuse, and Net is in shambles.
What? Even though Tex gets control, they still pick the other way here, and it's just Askia.
Askia with a safe peek. He can bounce in and nade to try to make a little bit more damage. That's an insane pick from Askia, and everyone is still held off over towards Dish.
25 seconds left as well. They have to get it to sight. Pank is just spraying through his cage. He's so good there.
Can he do it again? Net behind the box going down to 77, but he's still alive. 3v3. But again, it is only Net here on site, and he's getting chipped down. 25 HP. Pank trying to escape, but he fades away with a kill onto Jonapede. Net again, 25 HP, still looking to hold this back. Here comes a swing. He's in an off angle. He's just looking for the 1 pick. Indeed, he finds it. Almost a second. Nade comes in from Tex. Tex, he might know about Pank. He's still waiting for the peek potentially from Pank. Tex does not have this angle. He needs to push in, and very safe from Pank. The Carter got thrown into Rafa first in the revive. That's gone immediately. Pank, he's also gonna have the first contact.
This guy's been so good with these shots, just playing long range and finding crucial kills and recovering his team to 4v4s.
When it comes to this man holding an angle and just getting the one headshot, he's probably the best at doing so. Valen needed to run away from the orbital strike. Orbital strike gonna cover up Jenny just to try to get this plant down.
I know exactly.
There's still two. Over towards elbow that this team is worrying about at the moment. There's a lot of util coming in from the guard to try to cover up spawn. Askia out of nowhere picking up a kill onto Valen. Valen in the middle of sight going down immediately. Jonah P getting found out, but he still gets a kill. Askia though with a showstopper comes in flying, and now it's Net. Net picks up the first. Askia in a one-on-one against Net, and Net closes it out in a 2v1.
Finals, and our two best teams are neck and neck.
Here comes a big push coming up from Union in two different directions. Pank coming out, taking down Tex. It was Askia alongside him. Pank looking for yet another trade. This is so dangerous here for Pank. What do they have over towards A? He just can't do this.
A crunch in the back.
And DK right behind him helping out. There goes Pank once again. But like you said, Crunch coming in from the back. Pank needs to watch his back. He does have a teammate though. Rafa comes in, does take down Valen for the trade. Here comes Union. Two players in main. The wrap for wrap. It's Tex on the front side, and like you said, plenty of players here from the guard, ready and raring to go. 4 players surrounding this, plenty of util to go. There goes the first Prowler just to get the info, just to slow them down. Askia gets slowed. Jonah P picks up the kill on Dagoon. They still haven't made their way out. Trent around. No way, Trent. There's no way he gets more than one there. 8 HP left, and everyone else going down in an instant for Union. Can't really do much, though. Wall goes up in his face. He has to shift all the way back. Does actually now have an angle that nobody's watching.
The cam got spotted, it looks like.
They're at least calling it out. There goes Rafa. Rafa getting wrapped on at the moment, but watch out for the man in tower. It is Pank from above, knocking down one, but Net actually finds a big kill onto NTK. This is still a very possible retake coming in from the guard. They just need this arcade interaction to actually go right. Pank getting wrapped on as Trent gets a kill onto Rafa. It's all Pank in a 1v1 against Trent. Trent knocking him down all the way to 42 HP. But Pank still has the control, still has the space, still has the timing. Trent holding on. Pank doesn't even have a gun out, and Trent now has the control. Trent now has it down to half. Pank playing with him, going in for the shoulder peek, and Trent, he's done it!
That time! As they wanted to be a lot cleaner. They don't have the best buy here.
Tex, he could actually break this apart. No way, he might get caught up. Trent gets 2 though. Gets 3! Oh my goodness, Trent! Holding it all down. But right next to him, of course, was Jonah P. Jonah P with the rolling thunder alongside the stun at the same time. Hold them back. Union stepping into A. There's 2 players over towards Dish. It's a good nightfall. Could potentially hold some players here, but at least gets a whole lot of information. Same thing with a Decay. Decay still in. Askia finally making his way into sight. And this smoke is just going to last forever here in Dish. These players can't actually make a spray.
And once again, this is where Union are powerful. In their post plants, you cannot give them time to set up like this.
Oh, Rafa got caught. And now he goes down. 4v4 coming back. But Askia with a swift trade picking up 2. And it's all now down to Jonah P and Net. Net picks up the 1. You still have Jonah P inching his way into sight. Actually flashes the player.
Pick up here as it is. They're best in their map pool.
And Tex starts off the round right. Everyone from the Union basically halted in their tracks over in A main. Just 1 pick doing so. What else do the Union actually have here? They have a player over towards Dish. It's Pank.
Look how split they're playing here, the guard, knowing the orbital strike is more than likely to come in for the zigzag. Only 1 player would get caught out no matter what happens.
The Union could isolate an angle or 2 off of the orbital, but again, it's the guard that have the advantage. They can react with an orbital themselves. Here comes MTK with the step up. Will they even need the orbital? All they need is Tex. Tex snags down 4, and he's looking for the showstopper.
Team to get up.
Net getting caught out. Aftershock right in his way, but oh, okay. He's trying to be a bit cheeky here, trying to lay down the mesh. But nobody falling down. Pank Still waiting for his opportunity. You still have Tex actually pulling up a kill, and Ned actually finally pops with an angle onto Pank. Pank just not ready for it. Orbital Strike comes in with the Rolling Thunder at the same time. Union trying to clamp down onto the guard in the middle of their own spawn, but they're just not able to do so. Valen coming in through spawn takes down one, but the Union, they bring back an even man advantage. 3v3 off the revive. 2 players from the guard coming in from main at the moment. 2 players from the Union on site, and one of them isn't showing themselves at the moment. Askia jumping down. He's going to be the mobile one. He's going to be the one to show the first look if anyone from the guard actually comes out. But no, the Union are just getting pitched down. There goes Tex. There goes Trent with the frags. And now it is just Goo 1v2.
I think he'll use his Nightfall to get deep in towards A main here.
Oh, they use it straight over towards Dish. Like I said, Tex, the X Factor, but he's only able to get one. And Jonah P, the last man remaining in a 1v1 against Rafa on site. It's down and out for the count, and now Valen and Net try to close this one out early. Step up into 2 very different angles. One over towards Dish, one over towards main.
That's damage, though. You got to keep players alive here, Union.
They still have a long road to go before they end up making this comeback onto the guard. So the rifles would be nice. Union.
Valen, he's gonna go hunting here, it looks like.
Yeah, I love these exits. Net going into spawn.
There's not a clean instance here for the Union. If they lose another player here, it would actually be very costly to lose an extra gun here. They don't really have the cash to work with, unfortunately. And you have to keep these players alive. That's also just ult charges as well, going the way of the guard. Have that space control that allows them to get into these retakes. They're very well coordinated, but they don't have any advantages outside of that coordination. And up against a team like the Union, you're giving time to them. They've just gotten one, though. That could be a huge lead-in.
Here.
That wall again, that could just chip down the numbers with a bit of an off angle.
Look at that combo!
Oh, the nade goes in and it banks! Goo! Still a lot more to do here for the guard as the kills do go their way. Rafa picking up 1, NTK picking up 2 more. Tex, no! No way!
Tex!
No, he just finds himself in the perfect position to take down 1. And now it is Askia and a 1v1 against Jonah P.
NTK's got this one, and they can make an exit happen.
Nobody here from the guard can help this out, too. It's all going to be on Net. Net. What can he pull off here? The Rolling Thunder doesn't go in his direction. What can Net do here? Net pulls down 1, pulls up the cam, and runs away. This might be incredibly safe here from Net.
And look at this, he's maintained arcade control as well. This is going to be a very difficult post plant if they can even get the spike down.
Pank rolling around, Jonah P going down.
Sees him.
Pank going absolutely off, getting a second Valen and Net now. The last 2 to go, and NTK with a snipe down on Net. Leaves it all now on Valen. A 1v4 now. See what now the captain could try to pull off as now NTK has the first angle, but it's actually Rafa with a 1-tap.
Harder here than it is on Haven, but he's trying to make it work by isolating the 4 lanes.
Jonah P with a stun, and it's going to be Askia all the way out in the open, peeking down on 2. A flash in his face, but nobody peeks out with it. But they're still going. They're still trying to peek in. Askia's getting a couple more with a showstopper in his hands. He can still blow apart Jonah P. Jonah P running away now in a 1v4, but what a hold coming in for the Union that the guard just didn't have really any options to make those players scramble.
There's that adaptation from the Union, putting the wall towards arcade and trying to force these players over towards the south side. They even had a double push as well between Askia and NTK. There was a fault line towards Dish. Askia took the peek, didn't see anything. But the round's not over here. And
spike planted.
Jonah P has been very good in playoffs. I don't know how good he is here, though, because he's got 3 players coming the other way.
Playoff. No way. The playoffs call onto Jonah, and he just can't do anything with it in this round.
And this is where Union have been good. They're going to try and bait a repeat from Tex as he gets caught off guard. No, he doesn't.
No, Tex runs away too. He's disciplined, misses out on the nade, but all good. He's back into a good position. NTK is trying to burst out of Sands, but he actually backs out immediately over into the A take. There needs to be some smokes here. There's no coverage here for the Union. NTK picking up the kill onto Tex. And still the Union actually have full A control.
And look already, the guard are ready to retake in towards Sands.
No, Jonah P goes out immediately. It was alongside the flash, and Trent takes away Goo. The speed, the hustle from the guard.
They're fighting game A. This is where Union play their post plants, and they're fighting here.
NTK and Askia funneled at the moment. They're both over towards A main. Nobody covering sight. Nobody with any way to burst back into sight. NTK does have an aftershock. He may get a Rolling Thunder if he can get some kills going. but Jonah P shuts down the drama.
And there's a great bait there from the guard, baiting a peek out over towards Sands where Net is fully prepared.
But they've reset all the way here. Cut noise. They have no idea where they're coming from. The Union are now down to 3 on this site. This is possible here for the guard. Askia holding things back again, though. But it is Goo to hold down 2, and Askia does the same. Inside the breach, but here comes already the push from Askia. The double satchel in. Tax is in that same exact position that we saw him before. Do they call him out? But the guard finally come up big in their Sands hold. Double coming up from Jonah P alongside Trent. And Trent continues to stomp away. 2 kills as the players from the Union inch their way out into sight. And now it's all on Rafa.
We'll see what he can do here. All right, hear me out. Gets a kill, gets the ult orb. My bad, gets 2 kills, gets the ult orb, 2v2. He's got a chance here. Minute left to play with. Rafa. Oh man, Rafa. His team just gets decimated as they come through as well. That's just an unbreakable guard setup that they've run over and over in this matchup. Putting Jonah P towards tower, Trent as well with his prowlers, info clear, play with the haunt as well in Sands. They've been dominant in this Sands here. There's not been a successful take from the Union towards Sands all game long. And if you're a Union, you have to feel pretty stumped on your attacking side now.
Back to the attempt
30
from Rafa. I don't think he knows about the man on top. Net could have a bit of fun with this. And Rafa's done for. He's boxed completely. 20 seconds left. 3 players on site. They're all done. Hank heard at least the Sands opening, but again, everyone backing up.
NTK's gonna fall out in a nade, regardless of what happens here.
Yeah, Askia's gonna be ready. There goes the nade. There goes Goo, and there goes Askia. Askia, Rafa, everyone holding it down. That's on the other side of the map. 2 more players here for the guard trying to bring it back. There's still actually a little bit of a chance. Trent getting fully flashed. 7 seconds left. 6 seconds left to trying to get the plant down, but it's not going to happen. NTK shuts down the last 2, but the options were there for Union.
Goo is kind of privy to that flank happening, but can he punish these 3? He's got no support.
There's an incredible angle for Goo. What can he pull off here? Goo pulls up with 2. Needs another one to really make this round happen. But Trent, or excuse me, Tex and Valen give themselves a chance. But Rafa roughing up Valen, and now it is only Tex in a 1v3. Tex, double satchel. He gets the kills here, and he might. Oh, wait a minute. And he might have the showstopper. Still 3 more targets to go off of the revive. But Tex,
there's just not enough time, I don't think.
Yet another miraculous ending to a bit of an interaction. Tex, like you said, not too much of a chance. He's still gonna burst in. Doesn't clear Askia's corner. And now the Union, 1 map away from representing their country on land. The Union, they only have a body to actually cover up that mid side at the moment. But with triple over towards the A side, don't necessarily need to move any of these pawns. They still have NTK waiting up over towards the market area for the contact. The guard finally making their way into Cat. And the 2 players who were playing contact and Cat have backed up immediately. They've left Pank here on his own. He's been isolated already. Here comes the swing out from the rest of the Union in heaven. Pank able to finally pick one away, but his 2 teammates have both gone down right in front of him, and NTK and Askia. The last 2 remaining to try to make this retake happen.
And they don't have any util to work with either. NTK just hopping what he can find, leaving it out just onto the man Askia, who honestly had a slow start on Fracture, started to come alive when his team needed it. He's got a sheriff here. There's not damage that can be done because it is just the pistol, but some kills to get towards the Bladestorm would certainly be really, really nice here. If he can get that online early, I wonder if we're going to see some explosive plays in the Union. Again, this isn't a map that they play, and they haven't changed their composition in over a year, so I wonder if they've actually made any changes whatsoever. Askia, well, they have to try and regain that control elsewhere, and it looks like they're trying to, at least for now, push Goo off the catwalk.
Oh, and he paranoias out too as his last stand. Actually gives his team a lot of time to go into heaven. It gives him time to get into heaven.
Askia's looking for any rotates from Cat as well here. Valen with a lurk, but Pank up top. Union are looking to maintain backside control.
It's working out for now, but Jonah P can burst open the 2, but he wasn't able to do so, and the Ares of Trent not able to get their target in heaven. And Net, the man who had to make his own little mecha over from the other side of the map.
They didn't get any of that util out, so it doesn't look like A is going to be the most viable option, but they've given a lot of space to Askia. He's got full control of B main right now. The guard in this mid-round decision can Tex sell a fake. He's sold one so far, and it looks like it's pulled Askia off this angle, but still anticipating players to come this way. He's going to tuck in and play off the turret.
And he still has the dash. Askia. Here comes the Eldrum playing around the corner. He gets detected, and he still goes down to the spray of Trent. What a spray from Trent. Still at the recon, but Pank, he just throws out one last effort all the way out in the open, and he gets taken down by Valen. The guard. Full map coverage. The Union get it picked apart no matter where you look.
And this is the dangerous part of this guard default, is that the way that they play is it's always going to push players into these uncomfortable positions. A lot of times yesterday, and I think the perfect example was when they played against M80, how many times they forced re-peeks from that team. And they do it here. They force Askia in an uncomfortable position. He gets tagged out by the drone and punished. And Union are a team that will always look to maintain, fight for back site control, and that's why you saw Pank go for that aggressive swing through that smoke. He gets caught by a flash, and so the guard find their fourth round. Tex as well, selling the fake towards A. A lot of nice things done here from the guard. Union, well, more than
they spread themselves out. They're going over towards Cat, but they're already making their move. There goes the smoke up. Paranoia in their face. It's going to delay them just that little bit more, but that nade is even better. Nobody can peek out. Now they can fight Pank. Pank goes down to the trade of Trent, but you still have a couple players from the Union over in heaven, and it's Goo with the firing range who picks down two. Trent and Net now the last two. Askia dashing away.
And him finding those 2 kills maintains a pretty quick retake here. The guard can't get the spike down confidently because they don't know what space is left over here. And look at this awkward plant spot.
Spike planted.
Trent is still going to be safe, but this... Oh, they didn't spot Net! Net!
Are you kidding?
Just bursts through, and he takes down 2 with a shock. Askia in a 1v2, but he's given himself a chance. The one bullet kill potential is there. One angle for Askia. Now 1 more to go. Trent, Askia, the 2 young guns. No! Askia sees the barrel of Trent, and Trent.
Oh, but look at that smoke that's just been dropped. They're going to fake a full A main hit.
Rafa with the nade up. Here comes the rest of the squad. Rafa could actually have a lot more here. NTK right next to him, and Goo even getting the kill over an A. This is falling apart for the guard as they need to back out, and they're backing out right into the jaws of the beast, potentially. Askia with the backing out into B, but Rafa with a couple of bullets through the smoke, raining in onto Tex. Net taking away Rafa. The rest of the guard actually looking to fight. Spawn here, Pank. Hearing the footsteps, but not peeking out. The guard, they do inch their way back over towards the mid side, and they might just get sandwiched.
30 seconds left.
It's NTK from the middle of Cat, and he's gone. The guard now 1 away, essentially, from bringing this back to an even scenario. But Goo calls out Valen. Not exactly done just yet, though. 1v3 for Net. It's looking unlikely. And no. Pank. What?
10 seconds left.
Pank? Not getting the kill, scrambling a little bit. Net getting the plan. Askia from above. Can he get the headshot? Net! There's no way he does this. Goo trying to find the angle. And he does. The biggest beads of sweat being... Guard did not run into the op last round, but they have still readjusted it. Aggressive over towards A main. The guard heading up into B, and it's Pank. Pank clearing up 2, and there's still another one right from behind the smoke. Net almost able to find Rafa, but instead Rafa now has a second chance. And Rafa takes him down, but this is good for the guard out of nowhere. Valen able to take down his target over towards site. Still a man advantage for Union.
And we'll see if Trent and Valen can get it done. Valen, his focus is on IGLing, but here he's got to focus on the clutching. He's got Trent and him in a very nice crossfire. Utah's not going to be really mattered here despite this happening.
Trent spraying away into the smoke.
Are you kidding?
Valen got the kill. Goo now in a 1v2. Oh, he almost baited out. Face a little bit of pressure over towards the B main area. Pank, this is going to be his first time in a while actually facing an early round scenario, and he gets shut down without even seeing anyone. Gets shut down through the smoke. Jonah P with a spray. NTK doing the same. NTK doing a bit of magic, but he's actually caught the revivable Jonah P. But there goes Askia with a kill over towards mid. Rafa almost with a massive kill onto Net, but Net's still alive, now dancing in a 1v1. Everyone else from Union setting themselves up. They still have A Hunter's Fury to use.
Yep.
Askia forcing out the knives to
Waiting
try
for
to
the
force
tap.
out Net. Now everyone else needing to go back. Jonah P, Valen, Tex still alive and still on site. No, excuse me. 2 players backing out. Tex was backing out towards main, but maybe they don't know. Maybe they don't know about Valen. Jonah P in spawn. They don't expect Jonah P. They don't expect Valen. There goes the picks. The guard, the unpredictability gives them the 3 free frags. Some cushion. You're against the Union, but the Union, they can still make some ground here just off of the pistol. All important pistol round, as we say. The Trent alongside 2 others here in the middle of B here to try to cover things up, and Trent, excuse me, Nets goes right down Askia, and Valen still trying to hold it back, but it's the party of trades. 3 for 3 going back for each side. Trent and Tex versus Rafa and Goo.
This is a huge 2v2 you have to win. Union, you lose this map if you lose this round.
Goo feeling the pressure as he's stepping up with the first contact.
Last
Tex
player
shows a
standing.
foot, but Tex with the first round sheriff cuts his head, and now Rafa, this is such a dangerous position, but they split it. The guard, the one sitting pretty at the moment, Net, making them feel it.
They do detect the mid-aggression here, so that spurs them into the exec.
Net getting squeezed, but there goes now. Big play now from Pank.
Not ready.
And he faces on 2, 3. Right in front of him. Tex comes up from above. Out of nowhere, Union. And now been dwindled down to 2. NTK, Goo, trying to hold this all back against 3. Tex, alongside one more, going to be going into the heaven side. They do have the info. They don't know about the third one just yet. NTK, this is... Oh, a deep shock. Didn't exactly expect that to hit as well as it did, but people do go down here for the guard.
That could be big here. I mean, look at the guns.
Paranoia. Oh, that reaction from Goo is insane. Now it's a 2v2. Goo still alive and dancing. 20 HP left on Goo, but the shock dart doesn't kill him, but Trent does. NTK has his chance, but Valen closes it out.
Pretty deep in towards A right now. This is a quick reaction from them.
And the Union aren't going to have really anything to try to hold this down. Goo just tries to really get any sort of credit off of the first burst, but can't get anything. NTK is here to try to maybe chip away at this. He's trying to look for just a pick and try to back away. Very safe from NTK. Still very dangerous. There still could have been the isolation there from the guard. But now the rotation has gone down. Pretty much everyone coming from different directions here for the Union. Tex, Net, Jonah P, all collecting frags at the same time for the guard. As now NTK left now in a 1v4 with it all to do. The recon not finding anything. He still has the owl, but no way he's going to be in a good position to actually utilize it. He's actually found 3 pieces of contact here. He knows pretty much exactly where everyone is, but the guard have his number. He's still down low in terms of HP, and the bullets are still there. Looking like stormtroopers at the moment, though, not hitting a single thing.
I'm curious as to what kind of traps they had, because they did have a lot of them on a set.
Yep.
Where they would manipulate the map and they would force these kinds of re-swings from Union.
There's nothing here in terms of trying to take on the guard, in terms of trying to give them a welcome mat. But oh my goodness, Rafa, a nasty surprise as he picks up 2 kills out of nowhere, making a 3rd, almost a 4th. But now Askia is given a golden chance in a 1v1 against Valen. Valen, was he spotted? I think he was. Askia saw his back and now has isolated the angle. Valen doesn't know that Askia knows, but Askia pulling up the angle, pulls up the frag, and the Union. It's Pank alongside Askia to try to hold this down. Guard are making their sprint all the way over towards B. Again, Pank, Askia needing to rush towards the back. There goes Tex with the updraft, but nobody is out in the open. Union are just holding down the back of sight. 20 seconds left. The guard, they need to peek into them. They need to swing into them. But Askia gets taken down by Net, and Pank isn't fast enough on the reaction. Great stuff from the guard. It was getting pretty close. There goes the shocks. Goo. Oh, Goo had the exit. And Jonah P still finds the kill. Jonah P doing his job and pretty much leaving the guard in a winning position here with NTK and Rafa disconnected. Rafa, of course, already going for the save, but NTK.
You lose all of mid. They're even putting Goo in a different spot. He typically pushes A main. We don't see him in this position all that often.
We saw Pank here earlier. The guard ready for the peak anyways. Tex, beautiful. Onto Goo. Now the Union are forced to make some desperate decisions basically here. 2 players pushing up into A main. NTK getting taken down by Jonah P. And you still have Rafa behind, who also gets taken down by Jonah P. Askia and Pank with pivotal rifles for the future of this half. They don't have the nade in the hands of Jonah P. They don't really have too much, actually, but they still have a flank coming in from net. And nobody is in mid to collect it. They do still check it, hard check it. But here we go. It's going to be Tex with the first angle off the off, but he's not actually able to do anything. The grab will in. Double off the shock dart. Here comes Valen, able to pick up the first. There goes the Hunter's Fury finally. And Valen in for the cleanup crew. Union with no chance for the defuse. And the guard finally with a little bit of pressure placed on them. Skia just waiting away in the middle of B and his own smoke, just trying to wait for a contact. But the guard once again play with the contact of Askia.
Tex is going up against Askia here, and Askia won that duel.
Right there.
Everyone else from the guard not exactly going quickly. There goes the recon. Nobody making noise at the moment. Goo might get caught out, but instead it's Goo in the off angle that finds a beautiful kill onto Jonah P. And there's still a whole lot more to go. 2 players for Union eventually. I was going to say, where's Pank going? Pank was just watching out the mid side, but Pank finally pulls up, still has a lockdown to actually utilize the Hunter's Fury, almost getting taken away early by Valen, but Valen goes down. Trent is running into the flank of Rafa. And finally, the Union have a positive to place on this half. Net is just too far disconnected to potentially find the spike.
It does feel like the op from Askia making the difference here on B long. Just a strong anchor point.
30 seconds left.
This is more like it from the Union, getting not overly aggressive, but, you know, playing peaks where you can easily get out. Like, look at where Goo took that first fight in A main. He doesn't overextend and fight with so much util to back him. He's not overcommitted to that fight. He can get a kill and get out. This time, I mean, he doesn't get out this time around, but he's good to capitalize on the guard, making those kind of contact plays. Askia going down with the op, though, is gonna hurt here in a second. And that there's no op left over. Net can grab that if he wants to, but this is some pretty good pressure control from you. They've just established A main and B long.
Oh, the Hunter's Fury going in. Everyone just running for the hills. Ned still getting taken down, but still everyone else from the guard chugging their way forward. That's a major kill, though.
Stuck here. He's null commanded. He can't get out.
And Rafa can fight away, though. Doesn't matter about the null command. Same thing with Askia. Askia just continues to frag away. Big kill from Askia as now the guard are down to 2. Lockdown in their face with the Cosmic Divide from their own hands. Essentially makes the task impossible, and Tex, he'll be fine. 2v4 though, a minute to go, a lot of time still left on the clock. Here comes Tex, here comes Trent to try to take this one back. They're taking it angle by angle, all 4 players for the Union here, except for one. One's actually backing out to try to watch the flank instead. And this one is just rough.
Goo should just be looking to maintain backside control, not overcommitting to this fight.
Yeah, Tex is just going to be one pick to the body to do it. And
he's got a star there as well.
He's so safe.
He smoked it?
I thought it would maybe be a pulse or a grab well, but here comes NTK. Hank making noise, Dart coming in to try to cover up net. There's no util here though to try to delay Union. Tex alongside Jonah P here for the hold. Jonah P gonna have the first contact. He's going all the way down though. He's getting chipped down through the smoke. He's still somehow alive. 2 players over towards pit. Net going down in short. Again, still Tex, but through the smoke, through the wall. Askia finds the headshot onto Tex. Jonah P with 5 HP. He's still making his life valuable. Still 2 players remaining for the guard though. They've dwindled. Valen, Trent tapping away. Valen in the front side. It's gonna be NTK to try to hold it off first. 2 players now left in short for the Union. Valen has made it possible. Gravwell right on top of him!
As you can see, this is the mid-rounding decision from the Union. Not used to having to make a switch up early. Okay, nice flash there. And it finds a double. Pank might have actually given his team a lifeline.
That's B, basically. Tex, they already found him! And Pank just sweeps away at 3. Could not have looked any easier for him. Valen, yeah, at least actually gives his team a bit of a chance getting back into the round. 4 players still alive from the Union, 2 of them over towards the mid side. 1 might be making his wrap, and the round is just dwindling now. Pank, 1 away now, potentially from an ace. Trent does pick up a rifle to at least give himself a chance. At least he's trying. Given the good old college effort, even though I think he's barely college age. But Rafa finally has that flank that we were expecting, but Trent is still expecting it too. And Rafa, it's a bit disrespectful, taking away the ace.
Yeah, you have to make these kinds of gamble stacks and hope that you can catch 1 or 2 players off.
It's better than putting out 1v1s, that's for sure. Everyone in a group Still grouped up, trying to make their way potentially back into B or try to burst out from behind a smoke. If anyone peeks this angle, they're done for, but there goes the big burst. Oh, kills actually coming back in the favor of the guard. 3 back for each team. Valen still making his way through sight, and he gets taken down by the flash and swing of Rafa, but the plant still hasn't gone down. Net stepping up. Askia with the 1v1. Potentially going for a bit of a retake setup. Definitely not going for any insane first picks.
That's a really great way to bait out Util. Valen just using his gravel early on. They're waiting out the null command now.
Valen, he's going to be the one here to try to spray away. Cosmic Divide in front of the spike. Hunter's Fury almost isolates the spike, but it's actually Valen with his spray as the man tries to run back into short. Some awkward angles here for the Union. And they make it a little less awkward as they give themselves some breathing space with the lockdown.
This is where that's where they've been tasked, maintaining that art control. They put the Cosmic Divide for the plant and art control. So now the guard are starting their retake, and there's still a Hunter's Fury.
They don't check goo. This could look real good here for the Union, but Net breaking down the angles bit by bit. There goes the flank, and there goes the rush. Peg now in a 1v4, and he gets taken down.
Scaling up slowly. Askia needs a crazy dash. Knife from Jonah P.
They don't know.
To this.
Oh, and Tex almost gets caught off guard too. Jonah P down incredibly low, and Tex's op is gone. What a kill from Askia. Jonah P.
Smoke?
Jonah P with 20 HP still looking away at mid, and Union, they're actually backing away. They're backing up right into Valen. Valen taking away 1, but the spike is still going into their spawn.
And he knows, he just saw the turret get pulled back, so he's expecting players on his back. Valen.
Oh, and it's Goo who takes him away, and now the Union look to finally take a clean round over the guard. More awkward potentially is the op in the hands of Jonah P, but for good reason. The knives in the hands of Tex, still very much volatile. Makes his name known already. He gets the first kill. The rush over towards mid. The guard have full mid control. Jonah P has the op angle over on A. Union, they're giving up 1v1s.
And Valen could also be a huge linchpin here. They know the turret's been dropped there multiple times there, the guard, so that's where they wanted to punish, expecting a peek from someone off of that turret play. A 3v5 in a round like this, the guard. And a Valorant always somehow ends in an eco.
And trademark for him, but the Union not exactly pushing the situation at the moment, not exactly trying to run into these awkward angles against these stingers, against these pistols. NTK on his lonesome. This is yet another 1v1. The knife almost taking him away instead. The double smoke's getting pulled up. NTK still bursting away at the middle of sight, but he's all the way down to 22 HP. That's a huge takeaway of the lockdown, but it's only 2 for the Union to try to take back this game. 35 seconds left. Askia with the knives trying to burst in, trying to find someone from the air, but Net shocks Askia! And that gets them all. The guard discard of the Union and are now 1 game away from VCT.